Now we are live.
Never live. Sunday live, Sunday afternoon
Sunday.
from Florida. And
Creating friends is in the house.
yes, hi friend, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you, Ann? How you been? What's going on?
I'm good, thank you. It's all, yeah,
Most
it's all
Gauche?
good. Yeah,
However you say that. So
yeah. It's
today, Anne
it's a
and Deb
beautiful,
are working on stuff. Anne's doing
undisclosed in an
undisclosed,
undisclosed location.
apparently. So Anne's got a big reveal,
Yes,
big finish on her
yes. Ta-da! No, when someone comes,
Alice in Wonderland book.
yeah.
What if you people? Why don't you wait a few minutes, Anne? For
Oh, I will. I'm not gonna.
yeah, a
I'm
couple
not gonna
people are like,
show you.
and
You've seen every page of it many
I could
times.
see every page of it many more times. I wouldn't
I
bother me a
know.
bit.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to look at it again.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of trying to catch up with some old stuff that
Yeah.
uh, have started or in process. So we're just going to enjoy ourselves today and have a nice day. The weather in Missouri is beautiful right now.
Yeah. It's gorgeous here
And
too.
it says it's gorgeous there too in Florida.
It's a
Florida.
high of. Let me see. Well, it's it is 68 and feels like 68. So it is and it feels like it because sometimes they'll say it's 82 but feels like 88 with the humidity. But
Yeah.
today it is what it is. It's 68.
Well, it's a little breezy here, but the sun is shining and it's just wonderful.
Yeah. No, we
Just
had gale warnings. That's how windy
ah,
it was here. Gale force
huh,
winds, yeah. And
mm,
it looks like it's going to go down to 59 tonight,
huh.
which is fine with me. Fine with me. Because every day
So
without air is a gift. So
that's
it looks
true.
like I'm going to get through, let's see, Monday 74, Tuesday 77, 78, 79. So it looks like I'm going to get another 4 or 5 days without AC.
Wow.
Hi, Elvis. Good afternoon. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my picture there. Hi, Elvis is a big sweetie.
Aw,
Good to see you here.
yeah.
We're just gonna have a nice, calm, chatty day, or at least chatty 2 hours, I guess I should say.
Hi, Mary Lou. How are you?
Mary Lou and Carol. Hi, Carol. Carol, I
Hi,
watched a few
Carol.
minutes of your show this morning on the way to church. Then I
Yeah,
lost signal, so I couldn't watch anymore.
sorry, Carol. I got up and I watched your stream, but I didn't get my act together to come on and help you out. But it was great. It was fun watching you paint your tin tub. And I'm assuming that was the bathtub that you had, and you started stitching it, and it looked. And I did tell you, I uh, I did get what I purchased from you. I got the panel.
Ooh, I saw what Becky got too, and that was pretty nice.
Yeah. Hi, Janet. Good afternoon or early evening, or
Janet, hello.
it's 5 here and 4 where Deb is.
Yep. And Ann's got her big reveal today with Alice. She's going to do that in a little
Yeah.
bit.
Hi, Monkey 911. New names?
Yep. I love seeing new people.
Yeah, I
Or
do
people,
too.
not new. You're not new people. You're not new, but you're new to me.
Yeah.
New people just hatched.
That's right. New people. Yes. I thought you said nude people. I knew you didn't say.
No,
No,
didn't
no,
go there.
no. I figured you wouldn't say that. That's something I would say, not you.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I'm just,
Why where you are too? Okay. All right.
I'm just working on some things for all these 20 journals I have going on. Just doing stuff all at the same time.
Oh, that's good. You're gonna do like a assemblage
Yes,
assembly line.
assembly line.
Assembly line. Yeah.
And right now, these are what I call page edgies. I've
Yeah.
did some videos on these before, and so if you are interested, you could look at.
Do you know who does that? Is Debbie? You familiar with Debbie Epps?
Yeah,
She's incredible. I mean, she's she has all those little boxes with all the little pieces, and she seems very organized when she's putting together her stuff.
I mostly do it when I have a large amount of scraps and stuff that I need to use up. So
Yeah, I haven't made a
way to do it.
I haven't. Well, this is a journal, obviously, but I haven't made like the journal that I gave to Defy. I haven't done anything like that, or a junk journal. I bought one of Johnny's studio boxes, and I haven't opened it, and it's sitting in the other room, and I haven't opened it. And Mary bought February's box, and she bought this month's studio box. And she opened the March box during her stream, and I didn't watch it because I didn't want to see it.
She thought
really my surprise, even though I've
Oh, you thought you'd want it, or you hadn't opened yours yet?
I hadn't opened mine yet, and I didn't want to see her open it because I'm assuming they're relative. She's apparently trying to do a studio box every month, and I guess they're slightly different month to month. So, but I didn't want to see what Mary got because I didn't want to ruin my surprise.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm waiting for. Honestly,
you're probably waiting to get some of your stuff done because if you open it now, you're going to be too tempted.
Yes. And then I know Mary is making a journal out of some of that stuff. I'm in Missouri. Oh, okay.
Whereabouts, Elvis? I'm about an hour south of St. Louis.
Open it today, Linda. I could.
Good idea. You should.
Maybe I will
open it while we're here.
I'm assuming that everyone has seen one of their studio boxes, but I guess that's.
Well, I haven't.
Okay. I will open it.
Yay!
No time like the present, right?
You're so easy, Anne.
I know. I know. But I'll do a flip of Alice. Mary Lou has seen a lot of Alice over the last couple of weeks, and Deb has seen
some
a good part of Alice.
I think I might have seen every page, but I'm not sure. But I want to see it anyway again.
Yeah, and so obviously this is the cover, and these are some illustrations done by other artists, and then the original illustrator 10L. And let me see if I can go like so.
Here, let me see if I can figure out how to make you big. I don't know how to do that. It doesn't seem to work for me. Nope. I wonder why.
Hi, Brenda D.
See, I can do me, but I can't do you. I'm going to go back to here because then we could.
Let's see. Maybe I can go like so. How's that? That's a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I'll just leave it right here. I think it's easier to see it.
Okay.
Carry on.
This beautiful fabric I got from Beth Schuler sent this to me, and she had no idea how big this was, and she sent me enough to do the both end pieces. I bought fabric to cover it, and I don't like it, so I'm glad that she sent this to me. And that's why I ended up collaging the top. So yeah, and these pages are made out of manila folders, and with gold trim. And then I stitched on, I did a lot of stitching. And then I have this is Becky gave me this. So I have a wobbly Alice as she goes down the rabbit hole. Okay.
Yay. Thank you, Carol. Now I can see you big. Great.
Oh, yeah, great. Thank you, Carol. So there's Alice going down the rabbit hole. We spend a lot of time in rabbit holes, don't we? And it's kind of interactive, You can open it up, and there is journaling spots. And this opens, and stuff comes out and goes in here and here, and there's a magnet here. And let's see. And this opens also as a journaling spot, curiouser and curiouser. And again, I have a lot of little flippies here, and this opens as a journaling spot.
And look at the negatives.
Yes.
Negatives, that looks so cool. Underneath the flippy spot.
Yes.
That negative.
Well, you can do that on Google Drawing. In Google Drive, they're part of the Google Drive package. There is Google Drawing, and it's a wonderful program that you can use, and you can put any photograph in there. And I took a picture of this out. I took a picture of this out of the textbook, out of the book, transferred it to Google Drawing, and then in there you can change the colors of it, and you can get the negative.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And I have this die cut that makes the little, this little strip. So that's how I ended up with the negative. So
I like that.
And then again, there's a lot of pictures. This is one of the digi packs I got, and then I have a little thingy that kind of closes that up. And then I tried to follow, the book is this is in the order of the book as best I can. And I found this really neat map that kind of looks like the British tube subway system, but it's got Alice locations. So I use that.
Huh.
And this is another thing that kind of opens like so. And another thing that opens. And let's see. And this opens here. I don't even know what's in here. We'll open it and find out. I did this so long ago, but I wanted to have a lot of little things that opened and closed. And here's another illustration. That was from another. I don't think I have anything in there. And then I won't. And this is from the book with captions from the book. And then this is where I identified. This is the pig and the pepper chapter. And he's giving this guy a letter. And I made a little letter with see the crown there?
Huh.
So I made a little letter with a little crown and a wee little envelope. And even a little I don't think he had Velcro, but.
This is why I like to make themed journals, because you get so many ideas.
And then here it is. Your presence is requested to play croquet with Her Royal Highness. The Queen has invited the Duchess to play croquet. So I made a little invitation, and I made that to kind of go in here. Little toy. I'll put that back in later. And then this opens, and here's another illustration, a different illustration of the caterpillar by another artist, a different interpretation. And then I got a lot of Alice charms. I didn't get them all in, but that was another thing I wanted to do. But this comes out, and that extends like so. And this is the doggy, and Cheshire cats. You're mad bonkers, completely off your head, but I'll tell you a secret. all the best people are. I have to agree. And then this opens, and we've got little things stuck in here. And then this is the Cheshire Cat page. And this opens, little journaling spot there, I guess. And this is a paper, paper clip. And some more stuff in here. Again, we're all mad here. And again, you can open this like so, and then like so, and then like so. I love this cat.
I like that one. Yeah.
This is from the Graphics Fairies of Alice in Wonderland illustrations. So this goes like so, and like so, and then you tie it together. And this, hi Angie. And here is I guess the piece of, this is the most interesting. This is a Kleenex box, but this opens like so, and like so, and like so. And are you ready? Drum roll. You've seen this. Ta-da! A pop-up tea party. Let's see.
I love it.
There you go. Poor little rabbit's ear gets bent, but it's a pop-up tea party.
I love it. I love that whole spread there.
Yeah,
together.
It's my favorite spread for sure. I have a little magnet. So
wonderful.
That, and
those
that.
Those little magnets are great when they work right.
Yeah, I guess there's a trick to, once you figure out how to, use them. And I can show those to you if I have a whole book that's just, my scavenger hunt book is all magnets. It's all
wow.
magnets.
I like this page too.
This one?
Both of them together.
Yeah. Yep. And this is still the tea party. So this is tea party. This is tea party. Now we come to the next chapter, which is the Queen's croquet game. And this is dimensional. This was like, the heavy duty cardboard that came in not a digi, but a Alice in Wonderland Stamperia. And then I put some tape to make him stick out. And then I have another. This opens up.
See, I love all the places.
Yeah.
Every time I think you're done, you open something else.
Yeah. And this is a napkin that I did, and I added some place to. So, yeah, that's what's fun. I got little. And I did there's a name for that type of pocket, isn't it? It's a side pocket. I don't know. And that goes there, and then this goes in here like so. And now this is the croquet game still.
It must have been hard. There's so many graphics for Alice in Wonderland. Was it hard to pick what you wanted to use, or did you just want everything?
I wanted everything, and and then I had the digi downloads too to use.
Hi, Brenda and Ruth.
Hi, Brenda and Ruth. And so, but I wanted to make it, as interesting, with little. And the idea for the journal itself comes from Ava of Bohemian Crafting. Yep. She put this together and using the manila folders with all of these things. And it was a wedding album. So she had places to put pictures in. Mm-hmm. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you.
Hi, Kathy. And
then here we are, the Mock Turtle story. And this is actually, it's in this story where the Duchess says to her, has this very famous line, everything's got a moral if only you can find it. And I I typed the dialogue. I typed it and then printed it on paper to match this color. And she says, "Tut, tut, child," said the Duchess. "Everything's got a moral only if you can find it. And I've got a right to think," said Alice sharply, for she was beginning to feel a little worried. "Just about as much right," said the Duchess, "as pigs have to fly." And those were, we've heard those lines, pigs fly. And a lot of those all come from Alice. So, and here's the lobster's quandrel. And then in this chapter, they come in and say, "The trial's beginning. Come on," said the Griffin. And Alice goes, "What trial is it?" And of course, Alice has now been put on trial. And this is where the Queen constantly says, "Off with her head." And I have the rabbit. And this is like just a little thing. I replicated this and it just opens up. And the trial is who stole the tarts. And this comes down like so. And that
now, those rabbits that are there, the little doors that are on the little doors, are those the original
yes.
artwork?
Yes.
They are. I just love those.
Yeah, these guys, these are the original. They're colored in, but they're the original. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is not an original, but this was somebody else's, where they have silence in the court by order. And so now we have, and then Alice presents her evidence. So the name of this chapter is Alice's Evidence. And the Queen is saying, let's have the verdict, the verdict before the sentence before the verdict, or something like that. And Alice gets very upset. And she says, "Let the jury consider their verdict," the King said for about the 20th time that day. "No, no," said the Queen. "Sentence first, verdict afterwards." "Stuff and nonsense," said Alice loudly. "The idea of having the sentence first. Hold your tongue," said the Queen, turning purple. "I won't," said Alice. "Off with her head," the Queen shouted at the top of her voice. Nobody moved. "Who cares for you?" said Alice. She had grown to her full size by this time. "You're nothing but a pack of cards." So pack of cards explodes, and that's why I have these cards. And this is an illustration from the book. And then basically at this point, "Wake up, Alice dear," said her sister. What a long nap you've had, or sleep you've had." So then she wakes up. And so this is the end of the story. And there's the Queen. And of course, the Queen was off with her heads. And that's the end. Now, yes, wouldn't this, the wedding album. It's incredible. And she even made like a guest book. Alice has an attitude, yes. And well, she's shoved around, and she's little, she's big, and now she's just had it. And I don't know how many of you have actually sat down and read Alice in Wonderland. It's wonderful. It's confusing. It's mind-boggling. And so this is the back cover. Yes, this fabric came from this came from Beth Schuler. And this is a collage. And I was telling Debbie, this is a photograph of Alice Lindell, who was Lewis Carroll's neighbor, who he wrote the story for. And this is a painting that he did, that Lewis Carroll did of Alice. And this was discovered many, many years later. It was stuck behind a photograph in a frame. And so his real name was Dotson. And he was a mathematician. Now, here is supposed to go the next story, which is Through the Looking Glass. And that's my plan. But I don't know when that's going to happen, because I have the look Through the Looking Glass. And Through the Looking Glass has a whole bunch of other people that we're very familiar with. Like the Jabberwocky is in Through the Looking Glass, and the chess game is in there, and the Red Queen and the White Knight, they're all, and Tweedledee and Tweedledum appear in Through the Looking Glass. They don't appear in Alice in Wonderland. They don't show up until you get through the Looking Glass.
And I went a whole other book.
It's a whole other book. And I told you there are 50, because I went through it today, because I have a beautiful annotated 150th year anniversary of Alice in Wonderland. It's an annotated edition, and it has a definition of all the words from the Jabberwocky. It's an unbelievable. But I was telling Debbie that there's 52 illustrations in Through the Looking Glass. So that would be another, I thought I would have like a small book, right? And then have it interactive and have it pull out, maybe like an accordion style type of thing that I would put here. But, and then he wrote another book, which I had never, this is the book that I've been using. It's a beautiful, beautiful book.
Beautiful.
And it's annotated, so there's explanations, and other, illustrations done by other artists. But when you get back through the, and Humpty Dumpty is in Through the Looking Glass. There's a whole chapter. So Through the Looking Glass is, again, it's another whole story.
Yep.
And
it's going to take a lot of space. I don't think it'll fit in there.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do that, unless, as you said, don't use all the illustrations. But this is what I'm doing. I literally take my camera on my phone, right?
Yeah.
Take a picture, upload it to Google Drive, put it in Google Drawing, and then I can manipulate it.
Huh.
I can make it any size I want. I can make it small. I can make it big. I can flip it 90 degrees.
Just like Alice.
Yes. If I didn't want her facing this way, I wanted to turn her around facing the other way. Yes.
Well, thank you for showing us that. It's
and then there's another, and there's another story that I'd never heard of. After this one, it's a much shorter one, and it's called, and then it's called the Wasp in a Wig. Never heard of that one.
Never did. Huh.
No. It's a suppressed episode of Through the Looking Glass and what Alice found there. Ooh.
Huh.
But anyway. This is a great book. I've had this one for years, and I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, and it's done for now.
Yay!
Yay! Yes. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It'll be fun to look at it.
And you left that to
Nettie?
You left that to Nettie in your will, right?
No. I have to share that. I have to share that story. Thursday during the chat, the chat and craft room that I have on Thursdays. I had to leave. I had an appointment with my lawyer to set up my to do my will and estate and all of that, and I thought that people might be still hanging around by the time I got back, and of course there were people still here, as it usually goes in those groups. But when the lawyer's asking me about did I have any special bequests, I said no. But earlier in the day, Nettie, kidding around, said to me she wanted me to leave her this in my will. She didn't know I was going to see it. Well, maybe I'd said I was going to see the lawyer, but when the lawyer said that, I burst out laughing, and he looked at me like, "What's wrong with this woman? She's laughing at this." I didn't tell him that I was going to leave this to a friend of mine, and then he would have thought I was had gone crazy. So,
I'm sure they hear lots of crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. All right, I'm going to put this. See if I can. But there's a lot of.
Well, I'm glad I got to see the whole thing from start to finish. Then
there you go. Yeah, I'm putting it all back together again.
Hi, Nashwa.
Hi.
Wow, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, I've seen Nashua around. She's been popping up.
Well, just because I haven't been there, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah.
Nice to see you here.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
So I've just got all these little things laid out, and I'm going through, and when I come across something that I think is going to match, I pull it out and tear it up and lay it on this little stack. And then I put these on the edges of my pages. They're just like clusters, only they're longer than usual, and I use them to glue on the edge of the page mostly. You can put them anywhere you want, actually, but well, that one's not going to work. That's what I do with them. And I call them edgies.
Edgies. Not wedgies.
Nothing new. I'm sure everybody's done it before. But
yeah, Pam at the Outpost is doing a journal, and she's up to like part, I think 11 or 12, and
wow.
she generated a gigantic list of things that you could include in a journal.
Yes.
Which I think is a great idea, and she's just going down through that list, and it's like making belly bands and side pockets and illustrations, and she made the journal first, and then she's going back down through that list and putting all of those things into the journal that she had on her what to include in a journal list, which I think that would be a great idea to keep all of that straight.
Yeah, I always think I'd like to have a big journal that has an example of everything I want to do or that I've seen that I want to include, because I forget.
Yes.
I forget so much.
Just having a list, to refer to.
Right. But then if you forget what it is, what it's like, at least if you have a sample book is basically what I'm talking about.
Like a massive prototype of everything.
Right. Exactly.
That would be awesome.
But I can't stop what I'm doing long enough to make one.
Well, I think Brooke is working on, what is Brooke? Brooke, she calls it her idea book.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
I guess. I think I've seen her doing it.
Yeah. I'm going to go get
kind of the idea.
I'll go get the studio box and.
Oh yeah, good.
I'll go get it.
We want to see all your good stuff.
We'll see. Now is just as good as any time, right?
Yep.
It's a big one.
When I cleaned up my desk the other day from my Mexico trip, all that stuff I dragged to Mexico and back, and just stuff that was already sitting out on my desk. I thought, I don't have a place to put all these little things where they're easy to get to. I mean, I have books. I have these little notebooks that I put things in by category. For instance, this is butterflies and insects. So all the little things I find, I stick in here. Not always that neat. But then I could, so if I want a butterfly, I can go through here and look and see what I can find that it might work. And but I had all these things out already, and I didn't want to go put them in the book and then go through and take them all out again. So I'm trying to use up these scraps, some of them, and I just didn't want to put them away again. And I always have stuff like this on my desk, little things that I've I tossed aside or torn off of something. So I had a bunch of these blue envelopes. So I just cut them in half and made them like into little simple file folders. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going through and looking for stuff that I can use. And that way I won't have to file it into my little notebooks. Otherwise, eventually it'll have to go in there. So that's what I'm pulling out of now. Is just looking at stuff I stuck in here the other day to see if there's anything I want to use. Find it, Anne?
Yep. I'm opening it with my Swiss Army knife.
So she sends these out like every month, or what does she do? Oh, she didn't hear me.
What?
And did she send these out every month?
No. She just started doing it. I think last month was the first time that she ever made a studio box. And so and this is March's, but she made one in February. And I guess they're all a little different.
I'm gonna put you back on the big screen again. You can see.
I don't know that.
There. Now I can see. Oh, what a cute card.
Yeah. Johnny only lives up the road from me. She's probably an hour and 10 minutes from where I am. Thank you for your order. Now I had to laugh. Mary's box, the one Mary's box from February, had a card in it like this, but the word Alice was on her card. I'm thinking,
Oh,
Alice.
it's a trade.
Yeah, this would be a good bookmark.
If she would trade, she might want to use it herself.
And this is some of Johnny's faux antique tape. She makes this.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I use the liquid shoe polish on tape, and it does a nice job.
You put it on the shiny side?
Yep. I just made a piece the other day. What did I do with it? Let's see.
I keep thinking I'm going to get some shoe polish, but I haven't yet.
No, I mean, I learned that from Ava.
Yeah, that's where I saw it too.
So this is just one coat. I would have to do it again, but that's just the packing tape. So. But you can buy it. I guess they were saying that they found it somewhere. It was $7 a roll, but I think Johnny makes her own.
For what? Brown tape?
For the aged tape. Let's see.
I've got to do some coffee dyed papers, but I can't do anything until I finish picking this mess up, moving these cabinets and stuff.
Some nice paper with some, looks like Spanish.
Oh, that's neat.
Pretty sure it's Spanish. Yeah. Spanish.
So is there a theme to the box, or it's just
whatever? I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't. I think, and I could be totally. Hi, Kimberly. Nice to see you.
Hi, Kimberly.
I do believe. I think she was kind of like cleaning out stash, and she started putting together a box. And I don't know that it was. And I think it just evolved into. And then she called them studio boxes because it's stuff from her studio.
Yeah.
And what she's done is she's got the most beautiful thing is everything is beautifully packaged. And then labeled. This is a vintage wooden spool. I mean, so and all of this is recyclable, right?
Yep.
I mean, I can see this, and I think this is what Mary envisioned, that she would make a journal in which she would like put this stuff in. Which that's what I'm thinking. I actually bought a book at the Dollar Tree to take apart, but I don't think it's going to be big enough. So I'll have to go to the Goodwill. Unfortunately, my Goodwill, like many Goodwills, I've heard people say, have turned into clothing stores.
Yeah.
So here's an old wooden spool that she has glued a rusty washer on.
And
let's see. And look at this. Now she's packaged it. It's gorgeous.
Well, you have to do something with it, so it's nice to make it something interesting.
Yes. This is vintage linen and lace bundle. I won't open that unless people are. That's cool. And then I just love the way she's packaged everything. Vintage button pack. Ooh, I need buttons. Ooh, yes. I do. I mean, I don't know. I bought 100 brown buttons. What possessed me to buy 100 brown buttons? But I have a whole bunch of brown buttons, and now I have white buttons.
Oh,
And those are cool.
nice.
I think this must. I mean, up where Johnny lives, there are a lot. I think there's a lot of like thrift shops, and I think it would be great because and she's got digi downloads on her on her SD page, but she must do a lot of shopping and finding stuff, which I think would be a fun. Have you seen that? Have you seen that thing that there's a guy on the YouTube that is offering like a free, like, I guess, course on how to do it, buying books for Amazon, used books for Amazon. Have you seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen that.
Because I had when I was moving, I had a person that actually came. I had a lot of books that I had in my classroom that I had bought over the years.
Right.
And I didn't want to. I didn't want them. I couldn't bring them home with me because I was moving into a much smaller home. And she came and she was doing that. And she had like a little scanner and she would scan through them and, pay me for them. And then somehow they end up at Amazon and you get paid. But you know what I'm talking about.
The used booksellers.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That package is pretty cool.
Isn't that gorgeous?
I like the little packages. It's like having Christmas.
It's like lace, but it's not. Oh, look at this bumblebee.
Ooh, look at that. I have that stamp. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and this is, what do you call this? Sizing? No. Is that what you call this stuff?
No, it's
Is it the book binding?
It's some kind of woven webbing or something.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? I have a roll of that.
Well, I definitely have plenty of canvas, but I didn't think of doing it in a roll like that. That's pretty
I
neat.
think it would be hard to stamp it though, because it's, look, I don't even know where it came from, but I very meticulously rolled it up. But that's the same stuff.
Twill tape is what that's called.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of it.
So I have a whole roll of that. I don't think I have a stamp. I don't know how hard that would be to stamp. Would think it would be very porous. But.
Well, it looks like it didn't come out too bad where she stamped it.
No.
That stamped.
But I don't know whether she stamped it or whether she bought that stamped.
Yeah, that's true. But I stamp on canvas stuff all the time. I don't see why. I mean, it's a little bit bigger weave there that you've got, but it'd be worth trying. Get your stamp pretty juicy.
Hat pins. Oh, isn't that cute? I love the packaging. It's like, I mean, oh, look. Old-fashioned hat pins. Huh.
Still a ticking.
Yeah. Well, my grandmother had a Notions box. It was actually a little footstool that my grandfather, her husband, had upholstered, and was all filled with all of those little Notions things. And you know what I did with it? Threw it out because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Often happens.
Now I know. But it had, the little snaps and the little, hook and eye fasteners and all of her sewing stuff. I love these bags too. Oh, retro candy. Yeah. Ooh. Look what she got. Ooh, penny candy. Oh, I remember these. You could eat your bracelet.
Are they real or fake?
No, it's real candy. We
have a place. It's a little ways from us, not too far, but it's a hour ride. That it's like an old general store. It is a cool place, and they have barrels and barrels of old candy like that.
That's kind of like Cracker Barrel.
it's better than Cracker Barrel, but they have a lot of
Look at this.
antiques that you can buy and stuff like that, plus all the candy, and have a little fountain there that you can get coffee or something to drink. It's just a cool little place to stop at. We used to ride the motorcycles there all the time, and it was just like an outing, to place to go to ride.
Look at this cancel. This is when they canceled checks. They shot them full of BBs. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Third party. 1, 2, 3 signatures, all different. To cash a check for $24. 1940. That's crazy.
By the way, Anne, I still haven't cashed your check.
I know.
I'll try to do it this week.
I don't know. I mean, I cash all my checks. I take I do it online. I take a picture of them, deposit it.
And that's what's so funny, because I can do that too. It's just been down here and I forget about it when I don't remember to do it.
Well, it's not, I don't balance my checkbook anymore. If I did, I would be going crazy, but I don't anymore. So
I just keep a watch on it. That's all I do.
Well, I keep a watch on it. But I'm not, I mean, I remember balancing the checkbook in the old-fashioned, way. And I would find it right down to the last penny. I mean, if I was showing, I would find it. And of course, 9 times out of 10, it was me. Of course, the bank's never wrong. It was me.
Oh, yes, they are sometimes.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
I found it many times.
It shouldn't say never, but.
Is that the bottom? Is that the end?
What?
I said, was that the end?
No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, no.
Oh my gosh.
No. And I know what she did. She cut. I think for some of these, she cut the numbers off. She wanted the numbers for something else. But this is a great. And this is nice. Well, this is heavy. See, this would make good journal paper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. See, that would be
heavy enough to. It looks heavy enough to use it just like that without.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yes. Yes. Oh. And that's the other thing. I buy paper. A lot of times Johnny has paper, or other vendors have paper, and then I don't use it.
We all do it.
I know. But I could. But a lot of that ledger paper is pretty fragile. But this is not fragile at all. This is pretty.
That looks nice.
But can you imagine how long it must have takes her to put one of these boxes together?
Oh, yeah. Well, the fact that she has things, she probably goes through and packages all the little things and puts them in a pile, and then she can just go through and fill a box, I mean, that would be the logical way to do it.
Yeah. But, yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's time consuming. Believe me, it is.
Well, she was talking about how much, I mean, the whole Estes process and what they charge, their service fee, and then they have a fee on top of the service fee, and then it's like it goes on and on and on.
I used Etsy when they first started with jewelry, for my jewelry, and I would never go back to them. It's just too much. It was nice at first. It was new and interesting, and people were decent to each other, and then it just got to be, I didn't like it. And then all the changes, and so I still haven't.
Well, that's what I hear. Here's another package. I guess there's another.
I mean, it's a good way to get people to notice you, but you have to go through so many hoops for that to happen that it's not worth it to me.
And you have to have so many, right? You have to have pictures of everything, and everything has to be described in minutiae detail. And
well, I guess you don't have to, but I mean, if you want people to buy stuff, they want to know what it is.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I guess there's another, I guess there's a couple of other platforms out there that something called Square.
I use Square on my website.
Okay. And do you like that better?
Well, you don't have you have to do your own promoting. It's not like somebody can come, like somebody goes to Etsy and they want to see dish towels. They can put in dish towels and all these dish towels will come up. Well, that doesn't happen on a separate
Oh,
website.
ooh.
You have to drive people to your website, and that's the hard part. So,
Okay.
and my website, I haven't had it open very long, and I haven't really been advertising it too much yet because I was adding stuff to it. So I'm just about ready. Well, actually, I'm ready now to start advertising it more. But it's not just throw it on there and people come by the droves. You have to work at
Right.
it.
Look at this. A pattern, simplicity.
I probably made that pattern before. Looks pretty familiar.
And if Carol's still here, Canada's Vacation Lands. Woohoo! 1985. Cool. All beautifully wrapped. And I will wrap that again.
Okay, Elvis, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Elvis, for spending time with us. Yeah, it's still, there's still, I know.
Yeah, Mary Lou, it's not easy. It really isn't. Even if you give them the name of it, sometimes it's hard to find it. I don't understand that. It should, the search should take you right to it. But yeah, it's just changed so much. I don't like it. I don't even really like shopping there so much. I go there once in a while, but I usually don't even think to go there anymore.
So you saw the Vacation Land map then, Carol, right?
We're all going to go on our vacations to see Carol.
Yeah.
By way of Mexico.
Get these little, some cards. Just some plain cards, right? Just but in a nice little bag.
Oh, that heart card would go in your Alice. That red heart.
Oh, the hearts, yes. And yeah, I got a whole bunch of cards.
Those would go in your
Alice
stuff.
Yeah,
I think.
And then another hat pin. I never understood the purpose of these hat pins. As a kid, I always
hold your hat on. They would hold your hat on.
You would stick yourself with it. I know.
Stab it through your hair.
Oh, okay.
Because they had more buns on their head and stuff and poofy hair.
Yeah.
You'd stick them through your hair.
Okay.
To hold your hat on.
Knitting needles. Oh, wow.
Yes. Now you got to knit.
Well, I failed at hooking, so I don't know about knitting.
You're not a very good hooker.
No, I have to. Hey, that's a real hooking group over there. They're serious hookers, and they were so kind.
Where did you go?
Becky.
Oh, the Becky's group.
Yes, Becky was going to teach me, and I bought like it seems like about, I don't know, every hooker size, whatever you call a hooker, crochet needles that there are. And I bought a whole thing of yarn, and I was raring to go. And I just couldn't get the hang of it. Now, I'm ready to try it again, though. But when I'm watching them crochet and those knitting stitches that she puts up they're just amazing.
So are you left-handed? You're not left-handed.
No, I'm right-handed.
It shouldn't be that difficult for you.
Look.
Maybe we can get on just you and me one night and.
Yes, I have. I bought a whole package of different colored yarns and vintage clothespins with lace. Ooh, that's an interesting combination.
She probably used them to.
Hi, Vanessa.
Lace around.
Yeah, she wrapped it around. Oh, wow, Vanessa. That is. Look how old that clothespin is. What a find, that one. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. Look at that.
Hope I haven't missed anybody. I had my chat on the wrong setting.
Oh, look at these feathers.
Feathers?
Yes. Wow. Holy moly, those are really. You could cut those on an angle and use it as a pen. You could dip that in ink.
Is that pheasant feathers?
I don't know. Where my friends live up in. Yeah, look at that. That could be those.
Guinea hens, maybe guinea hens.
Oh, that looks like a partridge. Or a guinea hen. That looks more like a guinea hen.
Hi, Janet Nash from across the sea.
Hi, Janet. And here's some really old lace with a little old vintage linen and lace bundle. And some more lace, wooden spool. And oh, look at these things. These things are cool.
Oh, I have some of those. I have about 4 or 5 of those.
Bobbins.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've always wanted to do something with them, and then every time I'd start, I'd think, no, I don't want to do that because it's not special enough. So I still have them.
Look at this. Onion skin ledger envelope full of ephemera and vintage papers.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Huh.
That's amazing. Look at this. Oh, look at, oh, wow. Look, 6 cents airmail envelopes.
Look at that, brand new. I mean, unused, I guess I should say.
Yeah. This is vellum. Look at that.
Well, I don't know how much a box costs, but it looks like it'd be worth it.
Look at all of this. Oh my gosh. Look. Look, 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 look. This is like, I have those little create your own ending. Yeah, I could. Look at this. Oh man. Look at all these goodies. This is really.
Hi,
I love that.
PM Artist Studio.
Hi, Mariah. Enjoyed watching your stream this morning.
Now, how do you know that's Mariah? I haven't learned the clue yet, maybe.
Well, usually it's Mariah. I don't know. Maybe it's Mom, but Mariah. I don't know. Oh, Janet just said hi, Mariah. So I guess 2 others.
Well, I thought maybe there was a secret way that you could tell who it was that I didn't know about.
I don't know. Oh, yes. But Mariah's mom was jelly printing. Yes. She is a jelly printer.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
I've seen some of the shorts. I want to go over and really get into what she's doing.
Yeah, this little bundle here is, this is really, there's tons of stuff in here.
Yes, Janet, it is. We've been going through it for about 30 minutes now. It's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. And you missed the Alice reveal, the whole Alice reveal, so you'll have to go back and watch that. Alice is done, believe it or not.
Yes. As you would say, one of my all-time favorite movies, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Oh, that was a good one, Anne.
That was a good one, Anne.
And look at this.
Oh, my word.
This is create your own ending.
In there. I keep losing pieces of paper. Where did that go?
This is so that's the end, folks.
Can you imagine she's had this box sitting around for I don't know how long, a week or something?
Oh, let's see what's in here. Oh. Oh, look at, whoops. What was that? Oh, that's okay. Cross Stitch Country Crafts from 1991. Aunt Linda's Granny Zoo Needle Crafts. It's in a nice plastic sleeve. Wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Wow. Look at this. Oh, crochet. Look at that. So that's the end, guys.
Cool.
So, a lot of stuff. And the nice thing about it is all of the packaging, every last bit of the packaging is recyclable, you know?
Mm-hmm. So all the people who've come in just recently, we've just been chatting. If you want to see the final flip through of Alice, it's earlier on, so you can see that later if you want. I'm just working on some clusters for the 20 journals I'm working on all at one time. And then we got Anne into opening her package from her studio package from Johnny, because she hadn't opened it, and she's had it for, how long have you had it, Anne?
Oh man, a week, at least a week.
Yeah. So now aren't you glad you opened it?
I ordered it in the morning. She put it in the mail that afternoon, and I got it literally the next day it was delivered.
Wow. So we're just crafting and chatting, creating. Because you know why? Because we're creating friends.
Yes, we are. Now,
Hi,
see, now
Maddie.
I'm looking at this, and the challenge would be to take all of this and put it in a journal. See?
Oh, I think you could do that.
I could.
There might be a few things. I really like those playing cards.
Yes. I have.
Thanks, Janet.
I have some Titanic playing cards.
That box was nicely filled.
That's mine. Oh, look, she's got this. Yeah, like something was wrapped in that. We got that. And we got this.
And did you see that Nettie was here?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you see that Nettie was here? Is here?
Oh, hi, Nettie.
I didn't tell her. She must. Her ears were probably burning, you know.
Yes. Okay, I'll tell Nettie. Now, you know, were you there? Did you know that I left the craft and chat room on Thursday? I told you I had an appointment with my lawyer to set up my will and estate. And earlier in the day, you had asked me to, didn't you want me to leave you? You said I could leave Alice to you, right? So I'm sitting in the lawyer's office, and as he's asking me all sorts of things about, the wording and everything. He said, "Now, do you have any special bequests?" And I immediately thought of you when you asked for the Alice journal. And I didn't say, I'm sorry, I didn't bequeath it to you, but I burst out laughing. And the guy looked at me like, what's wrong with this woman that she's laughing at this, but I immediately thought of you when you said I could leave the Alice journal to you. So didn't expect that to come up in the conversation with the lawyer. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us know. It's something that I wanted to do and get it out of the way and be a responsible adult. Done. Oh, and I asked him about my brother. I don't know if some of you know the saga with my dearly departed brother. And it would cost more money to retrieve the little bit of money that he left behind. It would cost more money to get that than he has. That's how expensive it would be. The lawyer said it would cost $3,000 to $3,500 to process the little bit of money that he has. That's how expensive it is in Florida. We have something called probate in Florida, and you want to avoid probate at all costs because I thought that was interesting. But he did tell me that I could recover the cost of when I took when I took care of his funeral expenses. I could recoup those costs without a lawyer or whether. So we'll see. I don't know. All right. Wow. I can see. I just had to stand to do that.
Now you can play.
Now I can play.
Now you can play.
Yep. What am I want to play?
I kind of outdid myself yesterday working in this basement. My big goal for this winter, I usually try to set some kind of goal for the winter.
Oh, see.
Sometimes it's a big project, like a quilt or something like that kind of project. And then sometimes it's just several things. But this year, my big goal has been to get my basement, mainly my craft area, plus some of the other areas, cleaned up.
That's a big, that's a tall order, Deb. I don't know.
It is a tall order, yes. I've gradually done some things, but now I'm starting to panic because winter's almost over and I'm not anywhere near being done. So yesterday I got really motivated and pushed a bunch of stuff around and lifted a bunch of stuff, and it's not a good thing for me to do that much of, but I did it, and I finally had to stop because I couldn't do anymore. But so I'm pretty pleased with what I got done, and but it's still a big mess. So you have to make a big mess to clean it up. So that's what I did yesterday. I'm pretty pleased with that. But I'd rather sit here and play. Oh, I thought I'd lost Dan there for a second. So I got some things. I cleaned off a bunch of stuff and sorted it out. So now I've got another big pile of things to use up. So that's why I'm doing these right now, so I can get these used up. And then all the stuff that I'm making will go in the journals that I've started that will be on my website. So, but Anne's stuff's a lot more interesting. Hi, Julie Parker. I know what you're going to do.
Yes. Yes, I am.
But I found a lot of things that I'd kind of been thinking about. I have to start planning for October for the craft stuff that's going on in Mexico. One of the things I'm going to do is paper marbling. And I have all the supplies pretty much, but I couldn't figure out where all my instructions were for the formulas and all that. So I found that yesterday, and I found a bunch of cross stitch pamphlets that have like little alphabets and stuff. So I'll dig those out when I put everything back on the shelves. I'll keep those out, or at least put them in where I can find them easily. So I did find some things that will be useful and that I knew I had, but I wasn't sure where it was. That always helps.
Well, that's the nice thing about organizing. You find out stuff that you forgot you had.
Yep, that's a good thing about organizing, because if it's not right in front of your face, you forget, where it is,
Look
or
at
if you
this
still have it.
Chanel for number 5.
Oh my gosh,
Look at this.
that would be neat on a. Oh my gosh,
Isn't that a
that's
cool
awesome.
ad?
What is it? Different perfumes on each strip or something?
No, it's just Chanel.
But is that what those are? Perfume strips?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Listen to it. Can you hear it?
I love Chanel number 5. That is really cool.
It came in Vogue, I think.
Oh, and all it is the top is glued one way and the bottom is glued the other, and that makes it flip open like that.
Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Huh.
That would be fun to kind of do
That would
something
make
like
a it would make a neat
insert.
book cover even, or like in the middle of your book or something.
Yes. It's pretty heavily perfumed.
Yeah.
Because each
But
one
it's
of these,
Chanel. But it's Chanel,
well, you could put one in every drawer in your dresser.
Yeah, you could. No, I probably wouldn't be able to wear the clothes.
Right.
It would choke me to death.
All right, I've already started to.
Uh-oh. I hear little footsteps upstairs.
So these little books that you get from, like stock companies, they're kind of nice as little inserts, and you can do, they're great for cleaning up rayers.
Bye, Angie. Come back when you can.
Bye, Angie. I hope you're recovering from your fall that you had last week, where Angie fell on her bum.
And she said it was sore.
Yeah. And here's my favorite. I think a couple of you get these. I told you they're free from this gallery. And they send out the most beautiful books. I love this painting. And again, this would make a great journal because listen, the paper is just, oh, you're still hurting? Oh, wow. It's really drawing. Especially
you can only see so many clear tubs at one time if they're all piled up.
Yes. Yeah.
My goal is to not have anything piled on top of something else.
Oh, wow.
And not to have anything that's just sitting on the floor without a home. That's my goal.
That's quite the goal.
I mean, the basement is the size of a third of our house. I mean, my part of the basement. So, it shouldn't be that hard. I just got to get rid of some stuff that I don't need anymore, basically. Nothing new comes in unless something goes out. One of those kind of deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard.
Well, I did not need to buy Johnny's studio box. I could probably make, well, I'm sure you could too. I could probably make, and I haven't been at it. I could make a whole bunch of those boxes.
Me too. That's why I started making journals. But then I love making them now, so it's great that I have stuff and I don't have to go buy stuff. Paper once in a while, but I have so much paper, scrapbook paper, that I'm trying to use it up. So all I really buy most of the time is white paper to dye or whatever, And I will admit I have bought some new stencils recently.
Oh.
And a couple of things like that.
Yeah, I'm
not crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I know. I hear you.
But I'm doing so much better than I ever used to. because now I don't buy ahead. Used to it was like, well, I'm going to buy that because it's on sale because I know I'll use it. I don't do that anymore.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
maybe someday when I've used up all this piles of stuff I already have, which I've used an awful lot of it in the past 2 years since I started making journals. But yeah, no, trying to be a little bit more conservative. I mean, it would take a whole other lifetime to use up everything I have already. So why spend more money?
Well, I agree. And I mean, I haven't been journaling as long as many of you have. And I'm amazed at how much stuff I have. And at one point it was, in one area, and now it's in this, I have the craft box, this, and that thing it's packed. I mean, I even reconfigured it when we first put it together. We had it configured one way, and then I was going back and I realized if I configured it another way, I could fit in two more totes.
It's always how much more can I get in there?
So it's a good thing. The thing has, it's a good thing. It's on casters. It rolls. I mean, I wouldn't be able to roll it now. I'd have to empty it, but it can be rolled, and it's got like, I don't know how many, 16 1 inch, 2 inch, like gigantic stainless steel wheels. I mean, it's a good thing it's built. And he was impressed when he put it together. He was really impressed how well built it was. But
Well, for what they charge you, it should be well built.
yes, it should be.
It shouldn't be like the Taj Mahal or something.
Well, I have the plans too. I mean, I mean, if somebody was so inclined and someone was talented, I have, the measurements that I mean, if you were I mean, if
Right.
you could replicate this, you could. But we was thinking about, can you imagine making one of these using like oak or, some,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be
See, that's the kind of thing my husband could do, but I would never ask him to do.
right. But I've seen some great knockoffs though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I've
mean,
seen
I
it.
saw one woman, she bought shelving, she bought
Right.
shelves at Walmart. And I think Julie was talking about deeper shelves, and that's, yeah. The totes in this are 12 inches deep. They're big enough to put a scrapbook pad in. They were designed for scrapbookers.
Right.
Uh, that's what we. That's I think that's who was in mind when they first designed these. But I saw a woman make, and she bought. I'm trying to think how many shelving, and she bought the deepest shelves, and they may have been 12 inches deep at Walmart. And then she got wheels,
Mm-hmm.
and she got hinges, and she pretty much put something together. I mean, that was pretty impressive and very functional. And it kind of worked on the same premises as the craft box does, and folded up, and it opened up, and she built it. I mean, saying
I
she.
think I saw followed somebody who was doing that, and they said they did the same thing. They used the shelving with the big wheels and stuff, and it cost them like
Yeah.
$350.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's doable.
Yeah.
You
It
just
is.
didn't want to. You have to
Yeah.
have somebody who knows how to do the doable.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I'm still waiting on my hutch for the kitchen. I don't know if we'll ever get that done. But I try not to bother him about it. He's so busy doing everything else that's not a priority.
Oh, was he going to build a hutch?
Well, he already did the table. He did a smaller. My work surface is a huge harvest table, which we used to have in our dining room in a previous house, 2 houses ago, and
Okay.
so it's like over 20 years old, and it's so big. It's about, I think it's 32 by 92 or something like that. So it's real long, and it's
Oh
not.
wow,
So
maybe
you
too.
can't
Yeah.
move something like that around, but it comes all apart. You pull out a
Okay.
peg and you lift off the top, and then you have the legs and a cross piece. So it totally comes apart. But there's no place big enough in this house upstairs to use it. It's too big, for that.
Well, gee, 92 inches that's
Yeah,
really,
it
really.
is long.
Good.
And it was wonderful in our dining room because he made a beautiful bench to go with it, all out of red oak. And he does a wonderful job on what he builds. And so, it was beautiful. And I didn't use it for a long time. It just sat in the basement all taken apart, so it would have room to put it. And then I finally decided one day I would really like to use it. So I've been using it ever since for my craft table, and
Oh,
I love
okay.
it. I love it. Yeah. He's quite good at what he does. He doesn't do it for a living, it's his hobby. But he's made a bedroom set, which is
Wow.
really nice. It's sort of a um, Amish style with slats up the headboard and footboard, and
Oh,
then it has like kind of tall posts with caps on them. And we finished it in a like a whitewashed looking stain. And then he made the end nightstands or end tables or whatever you want to call them look like jelly cupboards. So they have
oh,
punched.
oh, jelly covers. Those are the ones that have like the tin
Yep, it
covering.
has it has punched metal. I punched the
Oh,
metal,
okay. All right. That's what.
and
Oh,
then he installed it and all, and it's really pretty. I love it. He made one for my daughter too,
oh,
same
wow.
similar style. And then in our living room, our TV cabinet started out to be the new hutch, and he decided he didn't like the way it was going. So I said, well, we really need a TV, something to put that TV on, because what it was on was really not very acceptable. I thought all the time it was going to fall because it was a big TV. So I said, what about we just use that for the TV? So we finished it and everything. It looks so pretty. And so that it's in the living room, and there's a coffee table he made there in there. Um, there's a little apothecary chest that he made. Um, yeah, he's done quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of having time, to get it because it all takes a lot of time.
Oh, yes.
And he's very particular, so it always comes out real nice.
Yeah. My grandfather could. Yeah. My grandfather made some just beautiful furniture. He was an incredible craftsman. Beautiful desks with little drawers. My sister has one of his desks, and he did beautiful pen and ink drawings. He
Hmm.
copied them like the Gibson girls, like from
Yeah,
the beautiful pen and ink drawings. And
can't stand it.
I think he maybe had a high school education. Very talented. And my father could barely identify a hammer.
That's why my son-in-law is.
Just
I think
totally
I've said
skipped. Oh my gosh.
I think I've said it before. He's not mechanically minded, but he can sure preach up a storm. I'd rather be able to preach than to wield a hammer. So
Well, I my brother that passed away took after my grandfather. You know, he could Jimmy could figure out. He was good at figuring stuff.
I usually just have to tell Don, show him a picture, and tell him how big I want it to be, and he could usually make it. You know, Sometimes he puts added things on there that I didn't necessarily want, but that's okay.
Uh
So, so every once in a while, I'll say, "Hey, I need this. Can you make this for me?"
huh. Ooh.
He'll go right at it. But we bought a bedroom set about the same time he made the one that we have in our guest room, and I wish we had waited and he could have made both of them because it would have been a lot cheaper and it would have been, I think, a lot nicer.
So where does he have his wood shop? He must have a wood shop somewhere.
Well, he used to have it outside in a different building, like a metal garage, building.
Uh huh.
But now he has it in the basement. So I've got like 1/3 of the basement. He has the other end, 1/3 of the basement.
Okay.
And then in the middle, there's just a little sitting area, sort of, I guess you'd call it. I like it better that he's inside now, because he was always, he had a wood furnace, and he always had to mess with that, and it was always cold in the winter and hot, really hot in the summer in the metal building with no air conditioner. So now he can be down here and feel decent, and enjoy what he's doing. The plan is to build a wall between to section off the woodworking area, because a lot of dust is produced, although he's very neat. He always cleans everything up really nicely.
Yeah, I guess my grandfather had like a third of the basement where he had his like wood shop and wood bench, working bench with big vise on it. And he used to also, he took pictures and developed film. And so he did a lot of that kind of stuff.
I don't know I don't know if my chat's locked up or everybody just got tired of listening to us.
Yeah. Well, Deb said he's so talented. Janet Nash said he's so talented, Deb, at 6:22.
Okay, yeah.
So
they probably went to sleep. We put them.
Well, they're talking. They were, Mary Lou was, taking care of her dad's apartment and dealing with all of, trying to go through all of his stuff. And I think Mary Lou's finally done with that, from what I understand the last time.
Oh, they're still here.
And Janet was, dealing with, downsizing for her parents. It's hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
I had to, I had to take care of all my mom's stuff, and then, it's just
my mother-in-law, hers was not too hard because she really hadn't been living at her house. She had been staying with her sister, and the only hard part was cleaning the house out because one of the grandsons had lived there and it was pretty nasty. So that took a while. Now the house has been renovated, and another grandson bought it. So that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
But I didn't have to do too much. She hadn't really left much there at the house. We did find 5 quilts, which worked out because there are 2 daughter-in-laws, 1 granddaughter, and 3 grandsons. So how many is that? 2 daughter-in-laws, 1 granddaughter. No, 6 quilts, I guess. And so everybody got a quilt.
Oh, that's nice.
That she had. Now, whether she made all those quilts or not, I'm not sure. But they had to have come from somewhere in the family.
Right.
The blocks were embroidered, so someone, either her or her sister or someone, did it. So we each took one. And I have to admit, I waited till last to get mine. Let everybody else take their choice. And it's a nice quilt, but it's not very. It's a Christmas quilt. It's yellow and red, and it has Christmas bells embroidered on it. But that's okay, it doesn't matter.
Yellow and red.
Yeah, it was strange. Yellow and red Christmas bells.
Yeah, yellow and red, and it's Christmas. Okay, that's just.
So like the bells are yellow, and then the how am I trying to say? Like around the borders are red. So it's just kind of a strange combination, but
yeah,
it was nicely done. Still works, still keeps you warm. So
yeah, I don't picture those colors. I wouldn't consider those colors Christmas, but I guess.
Well, I don't know what else the bells would be. I guess they could.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because of the bells, and you'd have to identify it as Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
But with the red, Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, I bought a. Was it Cantos? Is that how you pronounce it? That Indian.
Yeah.
Cantos?
Maybe so, Mary Lou. but it still looks kind of funny because it's
Oh,
like a
yellow
light,
and gold. Yes, there you
yeah,
go.
it's
Yeah.
like a light gold. So
Uh-huh.
I'll be back in a second. I gotta find something to drink.
Okay. Oh, here's one of the best. See this picture? This is a painting, right? And it shows Betsy Ross sewing the flag, and of course, she never sewed the flag ever. And that's what we were taught, right? We were taught that Betsy Ross sewed the original flag. And in this painting, they have George Washington lovingly looking on, and there she's sewing. No, she never. That was all a scam.
Hi,
Totally made
Devin.
up. Huh. Did not happen.
Devin's been lurking. We don't care.
Hi, Devin.
We're just glad to see you, Devin.
Yeah, I've become a lurker in my old age, or my.
We're just catching up on things, Devin. Just chatting, catching up on stuff that we have laying around.
I thought I would be harvesting some magazines.
Yesterday, when I was emptying that bookcase out, it was so tempting to stop and look at stuff. I had to make myself just go on, lay them aside, and go on. Just stack them up and go on.
That would be really hard.
Because there's stuff in that bookcase I haven't looked at in a while.
Yeah, I would have trouble. I opened what I do is when I have, if I want to do a quick, like, tidying up, I just take everything on this work and just shove it in these totes over here. So, some of them are labeled, but that's not what's in there anymore. It's all the crap that I've had, lying around. I open it. Oh, wow. I mean, the label stuff's in there, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's in there too that has nothing to do with what it says. And I go, oh, wow, look at this. Wow, this is really cool. I could use
this. Sort of what I had to do Friday with my desk because it was just overwhelming. There was too much stuff from before when I left to what I brought back that was leftovers from Mexico,
Right.
just all over the place. So I thought, okay, time to fix this. I was getting to the point where there was no room and I couldn't think.
Well, there's something I want to try that I saw Nicole do.
Yeah.
And I'm set up to do it. And she made like a roll of scraps, and she took a toilet roll. I'll show you. And you cut it. I made mine. I think this is 3 inches. And this is freezer wrap paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a roll. And you attach it, but you just start gluing bits and pieces on it. And then then you have this roll of just stuff that you can tear off and put in jar.
Just like with a glue stick or something just to hold it on there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I have a junk drawer. We all have junk. I can't say that word. It's not drunk. It's junk. A junk drawer. Oh, you saw it too, Devin?
No.
Wasn't that a neat idea? When I have a drawer over here and it's right to my left, and I can just literally just slide stuff in there. And now I can barely slide stuff in there now. And now's the time to, do something else. I'm going to, here it is. Whoop. And it is full.
Oh, yeah.
To the rim. From corrugated cardboard to envelopes to ledger paper. This is from Janet Nash, Happy Mail, from Janet Nash's Happy Mail. I think this was a prompt, if I'm not mistaken.
I love having stuff like that where you can just reach in it and find stuff, but after a while it gets to be too much. And you got to do something with it.
And this is from Janet. And look, I love this. This is she gives me a ticket, a London ticket, valid for one journey.
Well, you better go.
I know. It's been already used, though.
Go use it.
It's off-peak day return. Yes. So that came. This is the envelope. You've got to save the envelopes, especially Janet's envelopes. And the stamps, of course. But then all of this stuff. I mean, do I really need to save this, honestly?
Yes.
No.
You see what I'm using here? These little bitty things.
Yeah. This is from a card. I made a card for Barb Owen, and then I broke it. I ruined it, so I had to throw it out. So I made another card. So see, I'm looking at this now. See, now I'm not inspired by this, but I could cut this and get the squares out of it.
Right. You know what I do when I have something I'm not sure if I want to keep or not, and I think, oh, I should just get rid of it? I punch circles. Punch circles out of it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I use a lot of circles.
Yeah, that's a great.
And if it's only, sometimes it's just little circles because that's all it'll fit. And sometimes it's bigger ones.
Yeah, I have a couple of circle punches.
I wish I had some square punches. I don't have any square punches.
I know. Ava was making, she made this neatest kind of like a file folder. No, almost like a specimen like thing. And she made it, and then she found a die cut that makes them, but she made them from scratch. And she was using, she had a 2-inch square punch that made the hole. And I copied what she did, but I had to hand cut my square because I didn't have a square punch.
Yeah.
But
I thought about getting them a couple times. I've been so irritated with this circle punch I recently got because it doesn't work half the time. I get so mad.
See, this is what I made. Cut it out. But I had to cut out the square.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the kind of stuff that she makes. And this is
I love her stuff.
And this is an embossed clear plastic and that I antiqued with the brown shoe polish, and I used a little, and she punched little holes in it. This is one of my master boards. I made this for an industrial journal. I made a couple of these.
I like that. I like her stuff really well.
Yep. Well, that's the basis for my for the Alice. I got that from her. And then here's an old picture, and I just put brown ink around it.
Mm-hmm.
These are, I have my own found, I have my own found people. I should, and these are, and again, these are photographs, right, that I took These aren't the originals, but I made them look like the originals.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my grandfather and grandmother, probably in the Bronx.
Well, hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Oh, I don't know, Laura. Just different sizes of
A square
like
punch.
1 inch or 2 inch or 1.5 inch. Square punches. You just punch squares. How'd your dinner go? Did y'all go to dinner the other day with the kids? Sorry, y'all. The side conversation. Laura's husband is very good friends with my daughter and her husband and my granddaughter. He kind of helped her with her pickleball expertise. He's a very nice guy. Oh, they got done too late. They had a tournament today. Was Charlie there? I see Laura doesn't live very far from me, but we've never met in person. She's only met my kids because they're all, uh, they're all head over heels about pickleball. I don't know about Laura being head over heels. I keep saying we should get together sometime, but we haven't yet, or keep thinking that, I should say. So your and that's one you redid right there too. All of those.
Yeah. I did these in I put them in Google Drawing.
I gotta look at that.
And then I was making my own. What do you call those cards? Cabinet cards.
Cabinet cards.
Yeah, you can get like blank cabinet cards, and then you can paste them into Google Drawing, and then you can drop a photo. It's it's like a poor man's Photoshop, I guess.
Right.
But these were these are actual. These are not the originals, but this is my father and his cousin on Staten Island.
That's cool. I'm gonna check that out. Well, I guess I could do the same thing with Photoshop. So, but
yeah, I don't have Photoshop
because sometimes those simpler things are a lot quicker to use, easier to use.
This is a picture of.
That's a great picture.
Isn't that great? My dad and his cousin, and they were 15 years old in this picture. And this is the Boy Scouts of America. And look at that Woody. Look at their hairdo. I mean, look at their.
That's amazing picture. Yeah, Laura, I think it was in Fenton, probably. I hadn't heard from him. Usually I hear from him by now.
But you can make your own cabinet cards. Is that what they're called? Cabinet cards. Yeah. And you can get the blank frame, and then again, you can just drop your picture in. And obviously, I did something wrong here because they turned out.
I didn't mean. They look cool. They look really cool.
That's why I didn't throw them out, but I didn't intend for them.
I like the idea of that negative thing. I probably could do that in Photoshop too. I haven't played with it in a while. Only when I have to do something, then I go in and do it and go out, so I don't take any.
Yeah. That's my great grandmother, Margaret. Oh. Yeah. She married a French Canadian Indian, and she was disowned by her family. They did not. Abelard Brule was his name. See, this is I just I just made these edges rough to make it look like how. But that's just regular printer paper. Yeah, it's just regular.
I have so many old pictures from my husband's family.
Yeah, I have. Really, I have my own. I could have my own found people. I mean,
we have digitized all of them.
That's my son running away from me. Because I was on the yearbook staff at the high school, and where I taught in New York, and he was a senior, and he said he didn't want me to take his picture, so he was trying to run away from me. There he is again, a student of the month. He's completely bald now, so he doesn't have any.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. But those are pictures that I just messed around with.
They look pretty cool.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to take a picture and turn it into sepia.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I like the fact that obviously you can resize it, and you can, as I said earlier, you can, change the orientation. If they're looking to the right and you need them to look
Correct.
to the left, you can just flip them.
Oh, I saw somebody. They had it on their. I think it was on their Etsy
Lahr, that's true. Yeah.
that took one of. I'm trying to think of who it was now. Somebody you'd probably all know, but I can't think who it is. They took they made page tabs out of women's faces, and they put one facing this way and one facing this way, so that when you fold it, the woman's face will be sticking out, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty clever.
Yeah. So it wasn't the same picture. It was just two women.
No, it was the same woman. So one she was facing one way, and the other she was facing the other way, and then it would fold and go over the edge of the page. So when you turned it over, you'd see the same woman.
Huh.
I guess was the idea. But it was pretty cool looking. It was a nice idea, really nice idea.
Well, I'm going to show you guys something real quick, if I can. Something I saw Rosemary do. She made a transfer onto, like, I guess, aluminum sheet, a thin sheet of aluminum. And I didn't have that, so I tried it on the inside of a tea bag that's silver. And it has to be a laser print. Laser print.
What'd she use?
Acetone.
Yeah. Well, I meant to say something to you about that the other day, because you said you have a laser printer. You can do all kinds of transfers with that and acetone. It works really well.
Yeah, I made one and I printed it on this, and I just printed something out just before we started. I was going to try it to show you guys. I was watching somebody else make just acetone transfers, and that's so much easier than using the gel medium.
Right, exactly.
It's so much easier.
I used to do them when we were doing a lot of mail art, I do it on my yellow envelopes and then color them with colored pencils. And they always looked really cool doing that.
Oh, that's probably the picture I have is probably not going to work, but maybe that one. Now, I'd never seen it used on paper,
Oh yeah, it works great, and it evaporates, so it doesn't leave a stain or anything.
Let's see. She used rubbing alcohol. I don't know I can't remember. She must have used the rubbing alcohol to clean the surface first. That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe.
Ugh. I don't know how I'm going to get that back up there. It's so heavy. It's going to be light out now. It's because we fell ahead.
Yep, we fell
Instead
ahead.
of falling backwards. Now, do we lose an hour's sleep when we fall ahead?
Yep, we do.
Okay.
So everybody will be cranky tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Because being retired, it doesn't really matter.
Oh my goodness, the dogs are going crazy up there.
Oh my gosh, I didn't hear. I couldn't figure out what that was at first, and then I realized the doggies.
Yeah, they're playing. I think they're playing.
It sounded something possessed.
I don't know. Might be somebody here. I don't know.
You're down in the crafting dungeon. You have no idea what's going on above you.
Well, as long as I know he's up there, that's all that matters. So,
yeah,
taking care of it. Hopefully.
Well, enjoy your dinner. I don't know what I'm having.
See you, Laura.
I had a plan for dinner. Now I forgot what it was.
Oh, I don't know what we're going to do. I didn't make any plan. Usually we eat a big lunch, so we just snack for dinner. But today we just ate meatloaf sandwiches for lunch.
Oh, I have to make meatloaf. We've been talking about meatloaf for the last couple of days. When I go to the store, I have to buy them. Because I remember back in the day when you could buy the meatloaf mixture.
Yeah.
And it would be a half a pound of ground chuck and then a quarter pound of ground veal, and then ground pork. And it came in one package,
Well, and then too, meatloaf, you can always make a small meatloaf with a pound of ground beef. And that was a good thing to make when you were first married and didn't have any money. Good grief, now you can't even afford to buy it.
Yep.
So expensive.
Yeah, my mom's recipe makes 2 1-pound meatloaves, but I would only make one for me. But when you said meatloaf sandwiches, I love cold meatloaf sandwiches.
I do too. I actually made a 1.5 pound size last night so we could have extra for sandwiches.
Yeah, there you go.
And mashed potatoes and.
Do you put ketchup on your sandwiches? Or
I don't. But now, see, I make meatloaf different ways. I make it in a skillet and make it into like big patties, and then I put ketchup on top of that in the skillet.
Oh, okay.
But in the oven, I usually make it in a big loaf, and sometimes I put ketchup on the top of it as it's cooking. When it's cooking, baking, and sometimes I don't. So I didn't yesterday. I just left it plain. But I eat mayonnaise on it on my sandwich.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I love mayonnaise on everything. I would put mayonnaise behind my ears.
Oh, me too, Anne. Who would have known we were that much alike?
Yep. Okay. Now, let's see if this is going to transfer.
Alrighty, now see what have I got here? I've got 10 edgies. So I can put them in 10.
Wow, that's great.
So
I got absolutely nothing done. Next week, I hope to be more productive.
Yeah, but you showed all the good stuff.
Oh, that's right. I did. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, it's almost time. We got 5:53.
All right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Okay.
Okay, Janet, good night, and thanks for coming.
Good night, Janet. Sleep well. Oh.
Yes, Janet, or Julie, it's Sunday here. Where are you?
Look what I did. I screwed that up. It was going to work, too. Oh, well.
What'd you do?
Oh, it slid. But it's going to work. It would have worked
just
beautifully.
Wipe it off. Wipe it off and start again.
Wipe off?
Before you use up all the toner.
Oh, I have another picture I can try. Oh. Julie in Australia?
I don't know. I was thinking that too. Bye, Mary Lou. See you later.
Bye, Mary Lou. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate seeing you. Now, have you started advertising your crafting Mexico trip?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Because you're gonna you haven't put it in on my Facebook page yet.
On your Facebook page, or you mean on your group, or what do you mean?
Yeah, the Hangout page. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I did
Okay.
the other day, but you know
All right.
me,
I
I
didn't
might not
see
have.
it, but
Could be one of
I
those
yeah,
crazy
I very
ones.
rarely go to that page other than when I go in there to open the room.
Well, I put it on Facebook. I put it I think I put it in the um oh, what's the name of that group? The one that just changed names.
Scrap Chick?
Yeah.
Now she's CK now. Is that who you mean?
Huh?
Colleen?
No, 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 no.
Oh.
Well, forevermore. Violet's one.
Oh, Violet. The Artist Stream.
Yes, I put it on there. I think
Okay.
I might have put it on Becky's. I can't remember.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I have to go back and look now that you asked me that. But you know, I'm gonna have to keep putting it up
Yes, I think you are.
because I don't have that big of a following, so it's
Right.
you know.
All right. See, when I didn't tape it down good enough. So when I started to rub it, it came untaped. So try it again and be more careful, more careful. Because it looked like it was going to work. I was going to print out some photos, but I didn't.
Yes, Devin, she did show her Alice journal. You could see it in the earlier part of the video, and it was amazing. And it's a full flip through. She's done with it. Ta-da!
Yes. And I screwed that up too. As I said, Alice doesn't live here anymore. That's a great movie. Oh, God. That was a really good movie. And then they made the TV series, the comedy. Called Alice. Mel's Diner.
Called Alice. Yeah.
I added too much acetone. So, but look.
Well.
But that's me. I made that mistake. I screwed that up. But
yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, but
yeah, I should be using like a cotton, a Q-tip, and not. This is just saturated in acetone.
Yeah, Julie, it was the time changed today, during the night or whatever, however you want to say it. So yeah, that was Sunday.
So it's Monday, yeah. So I thought you were. Are you in Australia on Oz, or are you in New Zealand? I can't remember. Oh, Australia. I see it now. I see it up there. Okay. And my daughter-in-law's sister's husband has a microbrewery in Sydney, and it's doing very well. But I love the name of it. It's called The Batch because they make and they're back stateside, but they were over in Australia for a couple of years with her work, and then they moved back to the States. But the name of the brewery is The Batch because they make fresh batches of.
My husband's, I guess his cousin had, her and her husband had I want to say it was a pub or a bar or something like that here in the States, and they named it the Ugly Mug. So when I used to do a lot of soft sculpture dolls and stuff and back in the day, and they wanted me to make them some little faces to go with their place so they could sell them. And so I did. And they were like little cowboys and cowgirls, and they had
Oh, that's cool.
toothpicks in their mouth and cowboy hats on and stuff. They
Uh-huh.
were really cute. Of course, they never did buy them.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
That's what happens in the families, things like
Yeah.
that. They always want you to do this stuff, but then they don't want to. They don't do their side of it. So.
Well, the batch, they have so much merchandise. They have baby onesies and hoodies and t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, and their logo it's a really neat logo of an old-fashioned like person holding a keg on their shoulder, wrapped around and carrying a big keg, and it's really a neat logo. Someone obviously designed it for them, but it's very clever.
Sounds neat.
Yeah. I have a batch t-shirt. I made them. I was asked by my daughter-in-law if I would make what they call one of my special cards for them when they came back stateside. So I made a welcome home kind of card, and I used the lining that comes inside of a liquor case, that heavy cardboard that folds and everything.
Yeah.
So and it was kind of cool because I did a pop-up house. So when you opened it, a house popped up, and then I had the little people, and it had all of the families standing up and with little signs saying "Welcome home," and I had a map of them showing them flying across from Australia to the United States. It came out really cool.
Sounds cute.
Yeah. But days working on that.
Yeah.
That's from Graphic Fairy. I know that print.
Oh, these?
No, it's on your desk. No, it's on your desk.
Oh, this? Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I think maybe not all of them. No, not all of them, but some of these covers are from Graphics Fairy.
Well, she did, because I saw a graphic tutorial on that where a person made like a poster using that, like an information poster.
Yeah.
They have some really good tutorials.
Yes, they do.
I've made their stuffed envelope. You just fill it with all sorts of ephemera.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Bye, Nettie.
Oh, it's it's over past our bedtime.
Yeah, it is. It's time for us to go.
Well, ladies, thank you for showing up and being with us this afternoon. And next week, I will be back to unfinished business.
Let's see. You're not gone next week, are you?
No, I'm not. I
keep trying to get you to go sooner than you're supposed to go for some reason.
I know. I'm leaving the 23rd, which is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I think the 27th is the Sunday that I won't be here.
Yeah. Okay. The 27th. Okay.
So.
All righty then. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And
thank
you have anything else?
Thank you so much. And thanks for having me over, Deb. I appreciate it.
Oh, I enjoy it. So we'll see y'all next time.
Yep. Be good.
Bye-bye.
Be well. Be safe.